Let's make some chocolate crackle cookies. Hello, it's Becky from Keats Kitchen, and today I'm going to show you how to make chocolate crackle cookies. This recipe is again from my cousin Holly, who's an amazing cook and baker. And I've had this recipe for about a decade, and let me tell you, it's a hit. My son loves them, my husband loves them, the kids here in the neighborhood love them. They always ask me, Miss Becky, when are you gonna make those chocolate cookies with the powdered sugar? Well, I'm gonna make them today, and I'm gonna share them. So first, I'm gonna show you all the ingredients that you need for this recipe. For starters, I have 2 sticks of salted butter, comes to 1 cup. It's softened to room temperature. 1.5 cups of cocoa powder. 3.5 cups of flour, but there's only 2 cups in here right now. We're gonna start with just 2 cups and add the last 1.5 cups toward the end. Teaspoon of salt. A heaping teaspoon of baking powder. 3 3/4 cups of sugar. It's kind of a big recipe, but you can keep the dough in the fridge and save it and bake more later. So, okay, this calls for 6 eggs. I know eggs are very expensive right now, but I do buy my eggs from a local friend and farmer. And I suggest if you live close by a local person that sells eggs, buy them. Purchase these eggs from these people because you'll probably be saving a little bit of money and supporting someone local. So, also, we're gonna add, how much are we gonna add? We're gonna add 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla paste. I made this a while back, and we're adding paste because it's just a little bit thicker, has more flavor, and also the cookies are chocolate, so you won't see that dark paste in the batter. So anyway, this is all you need to make these cookies. We'll get going here and get baking. Okay, so I have my butter in the mixer, and I've started off with the whisk paddle. We're just gonna do this for the first step so we can get all the creamed mixture blended really, really well. Okay, so I'm gonna start adding just a little bit of sugar. We're gonna alternate ingredients here. Then add a couple eggs. Couple more eggs. We're gonna get all this blended together, these 3 ingredients, get it creamed really well, and I'll be back to resume with the rest. I have the butter, the sugar, and the eggs all blended. As you can see, that's nice and creamy. Next, I'm going to add, I said 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla paste, but you can't go wrong adding more. So we're gonna go 2 teaspoons of vanilla paste. Oh, it makes it so good. Blend that up real good. I have all of the vanilla bean paste mixed into the cream mixture, and I switched out my paddle from the whisk to this one. I'm not sure what this one's called. You can use a hand mixer on this recipe, but once you get to a certain stage, it'll get really thick and you can burn out your hand mixer really easy. So this is the beauty of a KitchenAid. You can use it through the whole process of making your cookie dough. So next we're moving on to the dry ingredients. I have 2 cups of flour in here, and I am adding a teaspoon of salt. And then I'm adding, my tablespoon is over in the sink, so I'm going to use a ½ tablespoon twice. Make them kind of tall. I do heaping. So you're going to add a total of 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Whisk this all together. Also, just so it's distributed evenly, I add a little bit of my cocoa powder too. Get that going in the mixture. Another thing you can add to this recipe is a package of semi-sweet chocolate chips. I don't. It makes them very rich if you do, but some people like it. They like, you know, the more chocolate the better. We prefer these cookies without the chocolate chips. So, okay. Start mixing in the dry ingredients slowly. Okay, I'm gonna get this all blended and I'll be back to finish with the following steps. I have this all blended together. I added the last 1.5 cups of flour toward the end, and it took a while, so I didn't want to get all that on video, but all of my ingredients are blended. So what I'm going to do now is put this dough in the fridge for probably about 2 or 3 hours and let it chill real good, because it's a little bit gooey, and putting it in the fridge will set it up nice for when it's time to bake the cookies. And there's another step. We're going to roll the dough into little balls and dip them in powdered sugar. And then when they bake, they'll crackle. So anyway, we will get to that soon. I will be back. Our cookie dough is ready. It's been in the fridge for about 3 hours. So now I'm going to scoop out little balls and roll them up. I put on some gloves because your hands do get a little bit sticky doing this. So this is my little cookie scoop. I'm not sure what size it is, but it's smaller than an ice cream scoop. So that's the size I get. And I'm gonna roll out several balls and get those ready. So I'm gonna pause the video and get all of the dough ready, and then I'll show you what to do next. Okay, I've rolled out 12 dough balls. So this is what I'm gonna do next. I have a bowl of powdered sugar here. Make sure you can see that. Just gonna dip it and coat it thoroughly in the powdered sugar. These are so good, and I'm going to be sharing these with the kids in the neighborhood. And also my neighbor, it was her birthday last week, and I had so much going on. I did wish her a happy birthday, but I meant to take some treats to her, and I didn't get around to it. So she's going to get some belated birthday cookies today. So these cookies are a hit at parties or any occasion. Easy to make. They just have to chill for a little bit so the dough is set up nicely. I'm going to put these in the oven at 350 for about 13 minutes, 12 to 13 minutes. Your oven is probably different than mine, so I would say at your first try, go like 11 minutes and then just watch them. Remember, they do continue to bake a bit on the pan after you take them out of the oven. So, okay, we have them all dipped in powdered sugar. I'm gonna go ahead and put them in the oven. Here they are. Ooh, didn't they turn out nice? I'm going to set the pan down over on a rack for about 5 minutes and let them continue to bake a little bit on the pan, and then I'm going to put them on some parchment paper. There you go, chocolate crackle cookies. They are so good. This plate here is going to go to my little neighbor for her belated birthday. So I hope she loves them, and I was going to share with the other neighborhood kids. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial today, and I hope you have a lovely day. It's a little cold here and starting to snow in Utah, so great day to stay in and bake some cookies. Anyway, love you all. Mwah. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.